Hello and thanks for joining us from our studios in Israel. I'm Yael Shir here with ILTV's Morning Briefing.
The U.S. administration reimposed the second round of U.S. sanctions on Iran today. Israeli Defense Minister Avigdor Lieberman hailed the move against Iranian oil exports as a critical blow to Iran, and Israeli UN Ambassador Danny Danon commented that the sanctions policy is working to suffocate the Iranian regime. Iran has remained defiant, with Iranian President Hassan Rouhani vowing to break the sanctions and continue selling oil. The U.S. gave waivers to 8 of Iran's biggest oil-importing countries, including China, India, South Korea, Japan, and Turkey, to allow them to continue doing business over the next 6 months. U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo told Fox News on Sunday that in regards to the sanctions, some nations, quote, need a little bit more time to get to zero. Pompeo maintained that the sanctions will be the toughest sanctions ever placed on Iran, and that the sanctions have already had an enormous impact on the regime, reducing Iranian oil exports by over 1 million barrels per day. The first round of U.S. sanctions targeting Iran were renewed in August after the U.S. administration withdrew from the 2015 Iran nuclear deal in May. Iran's economy has since plummeted, with its currency also being devalued by nearly 70%. Following the kidnapping of a U.S. citizen by Palestinians, Israeli security forces conducted searches in the Jerusalem offices of the Palestinian Authority. The U.S. citizen, who was of Arab descent and who had an Israeli residency card, reportedly facilitated the sale of Arab property in the Old City of Jerusalem to Jews. Under PA law, selling land to Jews is illegal and punishable by death. Earlier this month, PA leaders condemned the sale and opened an investigation into the deal. Yesterday, the SHIN intelligence agency confirmed the raid occurred in Al-Ram, on the opposite side of Israel's separation wall from Jerusalem. According to the Palestinian Authority's Jerusalem Affairs Minister, Adnan al-Husseini, Israeli forces confiscated documents and materials during the raid. The SHIN issued a statement that said that a joint raid with the police and the army took place regarding, quote, illegal activity by the PA in Jerusalem, and various materials were seized, which will be examined by security bodies. 2 men were killed on Sunday night in Tel Aviv after their car suddenly exploded and went up in flames. The men have remained unidentified in police reports. According to initial investigations, the police believe that the incident, which occurred on the corner of Etzel Street and Lehi in the Hatikva neighborhood of South Tel Aviv, was a murder. The 2 victims, who have remained unidentified, are both in their 30s and, according to police reports, are known figures in the criminal world. After police, firefighters, and paramedics arrived at the scene, the 2 men were pulled out of the wreckage of their exploded vehicle and were pronounced dead. Police have asked the public to stay clear of the site. Another car crash on the deadly Route 90 near the Dead Sea has brought the death toll on the highway to 17 over the past 3 weeks. On Sunday, 6 people were killed and 5 injured when a truck collided with a passenger shuttle at the Petzael Junction. Security camera footage shows the truck veered into the opposite lane while making a turn. The collision occurred when the shuttle attempted to avoid the truck and ended up crashing into it head-on. The 6 people who were killed, all Palestinians in their 30s, were trapped in the vehicle and removed by fire department squads, unconscious and with critical injuries. They were all pronounced dead at the scene. 4 others were injured and taken to Sheba Medical Center in Tel HaShomer. According to police reports, the truck driver, who was detained after the accident, has not been cooperating with police and has remained silent since his arrest. He has a long history of road violations and in this case is suspected of manslaughter. This is the second mass casualty accident on Route 90 in less than a week. Last Tuesday, the Attar family of 8 from Psagot, including 6 children, were all killed in a head-on collision in which the vehicle was flipped over and the family was trapped inside their burning car. And just a week before, 2 parents and their infant baby were killed on Route 90 when their car collided with a bus in a head-on collision. And later, this past Sunday, another accident on Route 90 ended with 4 additional injuries. Last week, following the deadly accident with the Attar family, Transportation Minister Yisrael Katz wrote on his Facebook page that, quote, the Ministry of Transportation invests tens of billions of shekels into paving new and safe roads throughout Israel, with a focus on the peripheral areas to the north and south, something that contributes directly to the decrease in fatalities from road accidents, unquote. Clearly, this road has been in dire need of attention and reform for a while, so now we'll have to see how quickly they respond to these most recent deadly accidents.
That's all for now. Follow us on Facebook at Israel English News and on Twitter at ILTV News. I'm Yael Shear, and thanks for watching.